Greetings, everyone. It is I, the mighty Haysoos. I am back with One Piece chapter 1067. I told you I'd be back. Anyways, 1067, Punk Records. The cover page today, Germa 66. An Emotionless Excursion, Volume 24. What's your name again? Judge versus Caesar. Obviously, we see Caesar confronting Germa Judge, and he does not look happy while Caesar is sweating some stuff. He's sweating that gas. Alright, we continue. We start the chapter. We start the chapter off where we left off last chapter with Luffy's gang finding the original Vegapunk. And obviously Bonnie has some comments about his appearance. What happened to your head? You're supposed to have a big, huge head like a light bulb. Oh, I really let it grow too long, so I cut it. He literally just he just cut his head off. What? No, it's not like getting a haircut. About the time when I first met you, I was going to be the height of a giant before long. Dude, how would gravity affect his head? Like, how does his neck support that brain, man? If it's that long. The stories always said you had a large head. It was like a hot air balloon. Well, you see, the truth is that I got the he's tongue twisted. Well, to see the truth, I've got the brain fruit, so I'm a brain man. He's a brain man. I can store all kinds of knowledge without limits of any kind, but my brain physically grows to accommodate the amount of data it holds. It gives my preternaturally gifted mind an infinite data bank. And thanks to that, I have the world's largest brain, which continues growing to this day. To this day? Where is it? That's amazing. Chopper is amazed. That's amazing. Are you good at medicine too, Vegapunk? Of course. Whoa. If you cut your head down, does that mean you're dumb now? Luffy is blunt as ever. Do not trifle with a genius, my boy. This apple top is an antenna. Witness the tippy top of the island on the underside of the massive eggshell. It says Punk Records. That is the storage space for my brain. What? That seems too big. Thanks to this antenna, I can connect to it with brain waves, even at this distance. There's no issue at all. Sorry. Earlier, I believe you met a young girl calling herself Vegapunk. That was one of my clones. One of my clone offshoots. There are 6 of them on this island. You're a ninja. Luffy doesn't get it. Each of them is an expert in one of my necessary facets. All 6 of them together possess one complete copy of my personality. But they can do 6 times as much. What does that mean? Obviously, we see all the Vegapunks. Vegapunk number 1, Shaka the Good. Vegapunk 02, Lilith the Evil, Vegapunk 3, Edison the Thinker, Vegapunk 4, Pythagoras the Wise, Vegapunk 5, Atlas the Violent, and 6, York the Greedy. Once every day, they synchronize their experience and knowledge with Punk Records. Because their personalities and duties are distinct, each one's experiences are worthwhile and unique. Luffy doesn't understand. He's just confused. He's like, what? And they use all the same brain? The world of science just goes right over my head. Same, Jinbei, same. Think of it like using the same library. If everyone in the world had the ability to access my brain, then all of humanity would essentially share my intelligence. And to take it one step further, if all of humanity could mutually update punk records on a regular basis, we could create an entire sea of knowledge that far surpasses even my vast intellect. One day, humanity will be able to share a brain. Chopper is excited. Would I be able to study medical knowledge from all over the world? But of course. Woohoo! Jinbei has some thoughts. Won't you have issues if ideology gets inserted on top of everything else? Well, Jinbei, first son of the sea, that's a very smart question to be asking. But science will never advance if you spend all your time worrying about it. But that's just your problem, isn't it, Vegapunk? Bonnie's not happy. Your endless quest for scientific knowledge will spare no one in its greed, including my father, who you turned into a mindless weapon of war. She ignites the beam saber. Ah, no, Bonnie. That beam saber was a failure. Hold your tongue. I don't think he can hold it. It's too big. Hold your tongue. It worked fine when I tested it. Now turn my father back to normal. And if you refuse, think carefully, Bonnie. If you kill him, you might be making a powerful enemy. Switch it off now, Bonnie. The light from the beam. It's going to attract an enormous cloud of insects. Huh? Bonnie doesn't like bugs. Neither do I. Ah! She fainted. Bonnie, check it out. Stag beetle. Forget about the stag beetle. Try being concerned about her passing out. All the insects. Can't blame her. Can't blame Bonnie for wanting to kill me. It's a good thing the weapon she grabbed happened to be a failure. He's not very happy. Oh, speaking of which, I understand that your folks were recently in Wano. Is it true there was a second dragon in addition to Kaido? Ah, Momonosuke. Yeah, that was Momo. Then he must have eaten the failed devil fruit that I left in Punk Hazard. Really? Wait, a failure? That was my attempt to grow a man-made devil fruit. I spent 20 years and exorbitant research budget working from Kaido's bloodline elements. I believe there's also another translation of it saying the lineage factor. But that fruit just didn't have the same qualities. Oh, so that's why he looked like Kaido. It was a success, man. He was big and strong, breathing fire and everything. He's the guardian deity of Wano now. And you made that happen? Amazing. But what color is he? Pink? I told you it's a failure. A failure. Oh, who cares about that? Great. He's a genius with a perfectionist streak. What about this robot then? Did you build this too? Make it move. Luffy is full of questions. No, I did not. This is the legendary Iron Giant that is said to have attacked sacred Marijoa about 200 years ago. What? 200 years ago? But it was actually built 900 years ago. Are you joking? Its goal was never understood. They say there was no damage only because it ran out of energy. No doubt the scientists at the time were utterly shocked by the event. The sheer scientific power was beyond anything they could comprehend. No one knows where it came from or what it was trying to do. The world government ordered it to be torn down and destroyed. but curiosity prevented the scientists from carrying out those orders. So it still rests here, and the government is none the wiser. I'm impressed that you found your way here. The route from the town should have looked like an impassable wall. I don't know, we were in a rush and we got all discombobulated. Yeah, we just wandered here. We were whatever he said. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And we see Sanji's group, or Nico Robin's group, Frankie's group, Usopp's group, Nami's group, those 5 Straw Hats. 200 years ago, that was the year when fishman discrimination became a big issue. So you're saying that robot climbed its way up the red line? Most likely, yes. We see Shaka explaining stuff. I built the Vega Force 1 using that robot as a guide, but there are aspects of it that even my scientific power is unable to recreate. It is hard to believe that this mechanical soldier was built 900 years ago. Oh, Frankie is shocked. What? You can't recreate about it? Oh, that seems like a grammar issue. What can't you... Oh, I read it wrong. What can't you recreate about it? Its dynamic power source. In the past, they had a power strong enough to rewrite everything we know about the world today. Well, it's good to know that Luffy, Chopper, and Jinbei are all right. But who's the girl? That's Jurley Bonnie, the pirate. But I thought it was just a little girl who got shipwrecked. Well, she has a devil fruit, Usopp. Look at Vegapunk's head. Wow. I feel bad about what I did to Bonnie. Yeah, you should. Get down and beg for forgiveness. Oh, what would you know about it? There is something I need to give to her. By the way, Straw Hat Luffy, I feel that fate was at work bringing you here to me. I feel that fate was at work bringing you here to me today. Will you take me off, Egghead? Huh? And we cut away outside of Egghead's parameters. And we see the machine beasts being destroyed. This is Cypher Pull, requesting permission to dock at Egghead. Badly trained pets. We have eyewitness reports of Jewelry Bonnie sailing to Egghead, an obnoxious woman with all of her escapes. I believed we were finished with her already. So if we see her, we'll disappear her for good. Shaka! Government ships! It's going to be hard to explain the pirates. For some reason, CP0 is on board. It's Lucci. Ah, we see Lilith. So, we'll just hand them over. Rob Lucci's an assassin, right? What? Rob Lucci? Come on, set my legs free so I can escape. Usopp's scared. So is Nami. No, I hate that guy. He's still working at that job? Don't let him onto the island. There's nothing to worry about, Robin. I'll protect you as many times as I need to. Sanji is proving himself once again. Reply to the ship. This is Shaka. Reply to the ship. Tell it to unload the Seraphim and leave the Seraphine. Prepare to fight back. We are refusing entry to the world government. Huh? And we are cut to Kamabaka Kingdom, Grand Line. Dragon, Kuma's acting strange. Stop, Kuma. Wait, we're still repairing you. Kuma? What happened? Does the Navy still have control over him? Oh, we see like a bunch of parts and stuff dangling from him. Where are you going, Kuma? He shouldn't be fully mobile yet. He trips and falls over. He's not supposed to have a will of his own anymore. What's going on? I don't know. Kuma, come back! I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to head towards Egghead. What's wrong with you, Kuma? Where are you going? Dragon is upset. You have to stay here. We're only getting started. This is where our revolution really begins. Da-dum. To be continued. Chapter 1067 end. Alright, that was 1067. And it seems Kuma has a place where he wants to go. It's kind of interesting him dragging all these parts behind him, since he is a cyborg. Well, apparently there will be a break next week, so give me plenty of time to think. So that is chapter 1067. I have to say, I preferred the other chapters, but this gives me just as much joy to see where the chapter is going. I wonder what will happen with CP0. Who is going to fight who? All we can do is wait and find out in the next chapters. Anywho, this is Haysoos signing off. 7 out of 10 chapter. Let's go. Goodbye.